Now, we focused on flow control, connection management. We understand how we regulate communication between the sender and receiver. However, in this section, we're going to shift our attention to a different problem. How does the transport layer respond when the network itself becomes overloaded? Congestion control is about protecting the network as a whole. We'll examine what congestion is, how it occurs, and how TCP adapts its sending behavior to maintain that stability and the fairness within the network. So congestion occurs when a network resources are overwhelmed by too much data in transit. As traffic increases, the queues in the network devices grow, packets can be dropped, delays increase, all of which degrade that performance. Congestion can rise when many senders transmit data simultaneously, especially over links which are limited with bandwidth. Congestion usually arises when too many senders are transmitting data simultaneously. After all, if you've ever been in a dorm or a barracks or any place like that, and everybody's trying to play video games at the same time, you've seen where things just get too much. This happens especially when the links have limited bandwidth space. There's also the problem with finite buffers in our routers and switches, which means bursts of traffic can quickly lead to drop packets, which thereby increase the delay even more. Flow control and congestion control regulate that sending behavior, but they address the different problems in different ways. Flow control ensures that the sender does not overwhelm the receiver, while congestion control ensures the network itself is not overwhelmed. Those are the two big differences between it. So in many networks, routers do not explicitly signal congestion. Instead, congestion control is handled by the end-to-end devices of the sender. The sender infers congestion by observing the signals, such as packet loss or increasing delays, and it adjusts its behavior accordingly. TCP uses congestion window to limit how much data can be in flight at any given time. This window then separates from the receiver's advertised window and dynamically adjusts based on perceived network conditions. This is how I think about it. This is my mind, okay? If you've ever had a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old, they're just going to go ba 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 ba, right? They want to tell you a story, especially when they get excited. They're like jumping up for joy. The problem is that I'm like 50 years old almost. And when a 3-year-old talks to me that quick, I'm very much like, hold on, wait, time out. And I get overloaded. I have no idea what they said. And so they have to slow down. And this is where it comes into play. We start saying, hey, slow down. Enunciate your words. This is what TCP congestion is really all about. So when a TCP connection begins, the sender starts with a very small sampling rate. We say, hey, this is what I'm going to send out. They very, very slow it down. They're like, hey, I'm going to send this out to you. Can you hear it okay? Right? And that's how TCP begins. However, as they start to slowly send it out, they rapidly grow, right? If anybody's ever watched that World of Warcraft joke for the human females, like, sometimes I can't control the volume of my voice. Yeah, that's what we're basically saying. Yes, I play too much WoW. So we can see how as TCP starts out very slowly, it's going to start to send more and more and more and more and more and more. And it's going to quickly ramp up until it hits that point where it's like, oh, okay, you got too much congestion. And it's going to slow down and figure out where it needs to be. All right, after the slow start, TCP increases its sending rate more cautiously. This phase aims to balance throughout the stability by responding carefully to congestion signals rather than increasing aggressively. Now, when I go through it and you're like, hey, we're going to start hammering it, I want to point out that as a human being, that's how I would do it. But when we're talking about a computer, it's going to start slow, and we think to ourselves, oh, slow. So it does it very slowly, yeah, but in computer terms, which means in microseconds, right? And that's where it comes into play. So it's very, very quick, even though in computer language we say it's slow. All right. TCP detects congestion through those indirect signals, such as packet loss, timeouts, and duplicate acknowledgements. And these signals prompt the sender to reduce the sending rate to alleviate that network overload. All right. Without congestion control, networks can experience congestion loss. They're going to have throughput drops dramatically despite increased traffic. Congestion control enables that fair sharing of the network resources. It improves overall performance, and it's essential for the stability on the internet.